webinar. I'm Keisha, and later joining me will be my colleague Derek. He will go through the demo of the session to let you see and have a look and see of what the Live-in-5 program will give you. So why are we doing this? Why is Live-in-5 being developed? Because I think it is now at a point where we cannot deny that the world is changing. We are at the cusp of change. And where once the repetition of a good product or service and is able to help you expand your business, now change and transformation are actually essential to a business's survival. To quote Jeff Bezos, the CEO and president of Amazon, he said, "In today's era of volatility, there's no other way but to reinvent. The only sustainable advantage you can have over others is agility, and that's it." A study by People Matters documented that 36% of CEOs are kept awake at night worrying about employee performance and productivity. They're constantly thinking about where are we now and how do we improve. And they don't want a shot in the dark, and they need numbers and facts to build strategies upon. The best businesses have reinvented themselves away from business focus to intelligence focus. And this is why businesses are shifting away from hard copy documentation and silo software systems to a centralized database that can give them data analytics and actionable business intelligence. In the last 15 years, 52% of Fortune 500 companies globally have gone out of business. It's hard to ignore that the average life expectancy of businesses these days have dropped significantly from 75 to just 15 years. So it means to say that, a typical business would be expected to last only 15 years. Then how can businesses survive if that's the case, or let alone thrive? According to top business management leaders worldwide, the 3 tenets that businesses need to adopt in this new world are resilience, agility, and future-proofing. But how? So, everybody knows that managing a business is hard enough, and competition is getting stiffer every day. The costs are rising all the time, and work just keeps on piling up and never seems to get done. Routine tasks dwindle productivity and also diminish the time that you have to do more of what matters. And like most other businesses, you're probably operating on a whole host of separate silo business systems, one system for each different business function. So as a forward-thinking business leader, you've probably worked out that you need to get onto a centralized business management system, an ERP system. But as far as embracing technology goes, you fear that ERP systems are expensive and time-consuming to set up. And your fears are not unfounded, because not all ERP systems and partners are created equal. So getting the wrong ERP system will be a cheap solution with basic tools needed for all the information that you need to put into the system, but will provide you no correlation whatsoever between the different facets of your business. It will also get everyone filling up forms and getting very busy all the time, but everyone will get frustrated because it offers zero business process improvement or elimination of redundant practices. And on top of that, the wrong implementation partners will never put your business success first on top of their own business sales bottom line. Ultimately, it's a very common scenario to see that consultants bill you for months of their payroll and making more margin than actually selling you a system that fits your needs. If I were to put it in figurative speech, think about cooking your own meal versus eating at a fine dining restaurant. And the same way, that the consultants will not give you value-added advice that you need to turn your business data into actionable intelligence that you can use to make informed, crucial decisions that affect the future of your business. It's like buying a robot with no instruction manual. On the flip side, achieving a right software, right partner balance will give you a centralized integrated solution with single version of truth, enabling effective communication and information flow between your departments like a well-oiled machine. And also tangible benefits of improved efficiency, productivity, smart automation, and accuracy of data And accelerate the performance. That's what gets you from good to great. Time is saved and time is money. And achieving your business goals becomes the needle on every project compass. So every suggestion that your consultants give you and every decision and action is aligned to delivering success for you. Also, a good project partner fit will also give you the assurance that your project is in good hands and value added intangible benefits just because. You deserve a partner who cares about your business, respects your trust, and delivers above and beyond. So we all think that ERP implementations are expensive, they're complicated, but they don't have to be. And they don't have to be disruptive as well. For something that's supposed to help your business, shouldn't it be simple and affordable? And that's why we created Live-in-5, powered by Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, a world-class cloud ERP. Our proprietary rapid implementation methodology jumpstarts your digital transformation in just 5 steps. And it gives you, as you can see from this slide, 2 to 3 times or even 4 times of your productivity. So the aim of the Live-in-5 system is to give you automation, accuracy, and actionable insights accessible from anywhere. So what makes CRT the right partner? We are CRT Insights Technology, and we make your business success our business. So we were established in 2006 and headquartered in Johor, Malaysia, with branch offices in KL and Singapore. Our passion for solving our customers' problems is the main driving force behind everything that we do. And to date, we've delivered over 100 successful implementations in the region. And this is a little bit of what our customers have said about us. So what we bring to the table, we bring with us a dedicated team of business processes and functional experts who help you to improve your workflow and optimize the platform fit to achieve your business goals. And why get on the Live-in-5 program? Because Live-in-5 means to you digital transformation made fast and affordable. Get set up on a world-class cloud-based ERP system without the complications and fuss, and proven implementation success simply works. The Live-in-5 methodology was developed from decades of experience we've had in implementing business management systems in the region. And this is how it's done, the 5 steps. So with that, I will let Derek take the reins. Derek?
Thanks, Kisha. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
now let me share my screen. Okay, so very good morning to everyone here. So today I will be giving you an overview of what is Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central and what it can do to help your business. In short, I will call it BC throughout my presentation. So before I start, let me first introduce myself. My name is Derek, a functional consultant in CRT Insight Technology. So my job involved in understanding of business processes, and I determine customers' needs, configuring the applications such as BC in alignment with your business needs, and also ensuring the customer usability of the new system. Okay, in BC, there are multiple modules such as supply chain management, sales and services management, financial management, project management, operations management, and reporting and analytical tools available in Business Central. So it helps to bring your system and process together and unify your business from finance, operation to sales and marketing. BC is actually easily integrated to applications like payroll, banking apps, and etc. And it also allows you to access information, monitor your internal operations, and make effective decisions via desktop, laptop, tablet, or even your mobile phone. So in today's demo, I'll walk you through of a furniture company with the following flows. Okay, first, we will have a salesperson that is engaging with customers. As you know that a salesperson will be always out to meet customers and things like that. So they are actually on the mobile, and how they actually create a sales quote and sales order and triggering of the purchase. So from a sales order, so triggering of a purchase order from a sales order. So we also will talk about inventory management on the warehouse transferring of inventory between location and also the stock taking process. And for finance side, where sales invoice and purchase invoice is being generated through the sales and purchase order process. So receiving payments from customer and also make payment to our vendor, and generating of general ledger through various process, and finally reporting. So today I will show you the following user interface, such as the row center, chart and graph, Excel integration, schedule report, some product information, and mobile interface. So the product information will be actually more on inventory management part. Okay, so now let me bring you to Business Central. Okay, so this is the BC in Business Central. Okay, so in BC there are multiple row centers available for user, and you can see from here there's multiple row center that user can select. So now currently I'm in actually accountant row center. I can switch to my president row center if I want to. Let's take a look at president row center. Okay, you can see that there's finance performance, there's cash flow forecast, and sales performance. So, and you can have your customer vendor that you want to monitor. You can list some of the important ones that you want to monitor. And we can actually schedule reports based on daily, monthly, or even weekly, depending on how frequent you want to monitor the performance based on the reporting. Okay. And when I actually click on the graph or chart information, it will bring me to the details of the of what you want to see of the data. Okay. And I can actually have the schedule report as I mentioned earlier. So we can have a vendor item purchase report that it can be actually in Excel or even in PDF form. When you actually schedule your report, all the reports will come into report inbox, where you can actually view all the reporting here that you want to monitor. For example, individual vendor, what are the things that is purchased from them, what is the cost amount. So it generates a report. Okay, we have another row center that I'm actually keen to show you. It's actually on the sales order process. Okay, so in the sales order process workspace or row center, every queue have its own total, and from the total you can actually drill in to display the details. Okay, and I can actually personalize my row center as well. So when I personalize it, I can actually drag and drop my tiles. Okay, I can have, for example, I want to view this chart in my row center. I can show it to display my chart, or I can actually add fields to my reporting. For example, I want to monitor my item list, and I want to add inventory column to my reports, and I'll be able to view my current inventory status. Okay, so with this I've done, and you can see that now my screen is with my row center of sales order is with the trailing sales order, and also with my item with inventory updated. Okay. So in the workspace, there's also we can actually view items. Then from the item cards, we are able to actually, because you can see that this is actually a whole list of items that which I may not be managing from a day-to-day basis. So I can actually create my own filter. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to concentrate as a furniture company. So I actually create this list for my easy access, and I can create others lists such as chemical listing that are managing and things like that. So these are some of the filters that can be created over your full item master. Okay, so with this, I can actually drill into my business chat. You will be able to see that these are all the inventory information where I can have my pictures uploaded so that when people view this item, they will be able to have a visualized image of what this chair actually looks like. Okay, so I can actually add attributes. You can see that I can add the color, depth, height, and even the material, for example, thick wood of this particular product. I can also manage my inventory by having multiple unit of measurement. So for example, I can be purchasing for this chair, I can purchase in the box of 5, and I can actually sell it in pieces. For example, I'm selling it in pieces, but purchase in unit of measurement will be 5 pieces where every time I purchase. Okay. So just now I have already covered the row center, chart and graph. And also I talk about schedule reports and product information with different unit of measurement. Now I'm actually going to show you the mobile interface of Business Central. Okay, so this is actually the mobile interface of Business Central. It actually it can be in iOS or Android version. So the main advantage of this offering are portability and flexibility, which allow user to perform tasks when they are away from their desk. So imagine I'm actually a salesperson, which most of the time I'm maybe outstation to meet my customers. So in order for me to be efficient, I'd be happy that I have all information that is available when I am on the move. So for example, today I'm going to visit my customer known as New Concept Furniture. So I can actually view through my mobile screen the item that that I can view the item list from the mobile screen, and it's important that it's actually showing me what are the available inventory on hand that I have. So you can see that all these chairs that I have, what is the inventory quantities. Okay. And I can have my tiles here. You can see here is with all the tiles. And I can go to my chart where you can see that just now I actually added a trailing sales order, and now it's actually appearing in my mobile screen. Okay. And also I can have my customer list that I want to monitor. And this is actually my item list. Remember that I added the inventory quantity, and it's actually appearing in my mobile screen as well. So I can actually have Power BI to be integrated into BC and display the chart and graph as well. So you can see that we can actually create some new documents like sales invoice, sales order, sales return order, etc. Okay, and I can actually view my reports as well. For example, customer order summary, I may want to actually view them. I can actually select it and run my report. and preview my report. Okay, so when my reports comes in, I can actually view it in my landscape mode. Okay, where I can view all the reports that is actually on my screen. Okay. Okay, now back to my home screen here. I may actually now, since I'm actually at my customer place, which is New Concept Furniture, they are actually requesting a quote from me. So I can actually, based on this, I want to create a new quotation. Can create a new quotation, and I select my customers, which is New Concept Furniture. Okay, I can add my lines, add my items. They are interested in this particular item, is which is the Business Chat Classic. Okay, so I'm showing them this. So the quantity, and you can see that the unit price is actually auto generated because of the selling price that is actually set up in Business Central. Okay, so with this, I've completed my sales quote. Okay, now since I'm on the move, I can actually immediately I can send my sales quote for approval if I need to actually go for approval. If not, then I can actually send by email directly to my customers. So I can, for now, I'm going to send email through my mobile screen and to my customers, which is a New Concept Furniture. So now send. Okay. Now let me go back to Business Central. Okay. So just now I already sent email to my customer. So you can see that this email is actually generated with a sales code. And see that this email actually comes in, and I can actually, and there will be a attachment of the sales code available for my customer. Okay. Okay. In the sales code, as you can see that I just now created a sales code. So there's two sales code. I can actually drill in from here, or I can use the universal search to search for a sales code. So with that, I can actually pin this sales code list item to my row center as well. When I bookmark this, you can see that a sales code is available here. Okay, now let me show you by drilling into the sales code of this using the tiles. Okay, so you will be able to see that my sales code created from my mobile is now in Business Central. Okay, now in sales price, it can be maintained in the system itself, where I can actually make changes to the quantity, and the pricing will change. For example, I put 10, it will become 700. 20, it will become 600. So this is actually all the sales price which can be maintained within the system itself. So by doing this, I can simply by going in to make a sales order. Okay, when I click on make order, a sales order will be created. Okay, so you can see the code has been converted to a sales order. So I'm now opening my sales order. Okay, so this is actually my sales order screen. So in my sales order, I'll be able to see, you can see that there's a fact box here. where I can actually view my customer details. Okay, and I can have a view of what is the inventory available. I can drill in and view what is the current inventory available on hand. Okay, and there's also sales price, where I can also drill in to see the setup. Remember that just now I actually made changes to the quantity, and it changed according to the minimum quantity that is actually appearing in the system. Okay. So with this, from the sales order, I can actually generate a purchase order. Okay. So what I can do is that I can go to prepare, create purchase order. So when I'm actually going to create a purchase order, you can see that it will suggest the vendor and what is the sales quantity. But why is it that the quantity to purchase is 0? Because it states that all items of the sales order are available. That means I have sufficient stock for my business share. So for this demonstration purpose, I will actually put in a quantity of 5 to trigger the purchase order. Okay. Okay, so done. I've actually created my purchase order. Okay, so now we will come back to this purchase order later. Now let's continue with our sales order. So with this, after creating this, I will have to post my shipment and invoice. Okay, so what I do is that I post. Before I do any posting, I can actually have a preview of the posting of what are the ledger entries that will be created after my posting. So you can see that there's 2GL entries. We can drill in to see the details. So BC have this preview posting feature. Okay, now I'll just post it, ship and invoice. Okay, so now let's view the invoice. Okay, so in the invoice screen, you can actually, same thing, you can actually send, print, or even email. And you can actually attach as PDF as well. And we can actually have this additional feature, which we can actually attach certain documents if you want to for future reference. Okay. Okay, now let me go back to my purchase order. Okay, remember that we have created a purchase order initially. Okay, so I can, through the universal search, I can use the line search for the vendor and open up. Okay, so this is the purchase order that is actually created through the sales order. So I can start to enter my invoice number and my vendor DO number. That means the DO number that is actually sent by the vendor. And likewise, you can see that you can on the fact box area, you will be able to see the vendor details and the purchase line, available quantity, and the purchase price available. So you, as a purchaser, you can actually decide whether you want to buy at buy 10 for actually it's cheaper by $10 per unit, or you want to stick to 5. So purchaser can make the decision. In the event that purchasers can't make the decision, they can actually trigger a request approval. That means you can send approval request. So in the system for approval request, approval workflow can be set up according to approval chain, amount, or even both. Okay. Okay, so now let's do a receiving. Okay, same thing, it comes with a preview posting feature. Okay, I can receive an invoice at the same time. Okay. Okay, so just now I've covered the mobile interface, and I actually created some of the created a sales code. Okay, and from the mobile, and how we can actually send via email to my customer directly without going back to my office. Okay, and I've covered the sales order to invoice process, where I actually go through the sales code to sales order and sales order to purchase order. So with this, okay, so this is the process that I have gone through with you. Okay, purchase order invoice process. Okay, which I've also gone through with you. Okay, and now we have come to inventory management. Okay, in BC, inventory can be managed via different location, and it can be handled transfer of inventory via transfer order or using item reclassification journal. So now let me go to my item, this where I want to view only furniture. So you can see that currently I have 21 inventory of business chair that is actually available. So I actually may want to go to this where I can actually have item by location. I'll be able to view all my items at different location. Okay. This is where I can manage my inventory here. You can see that item desk 38 and at warehouse 3 we have 37. So these are some example of the inventory that is spread across different multiple warehouses. Okay, so now I see that in the main location I have 38 units of Athens desk, but which is not selling quite well. So I may want to actually transfer one of the Athens desk to my showroom to actually for a display to actually attract more customer to buy this Athens desk. So what I can do through the system, I can actually use item reclassification journal. Okay, from here I can select the Athens desk. Okay, so I'm now currently having 38 pieces. So now I'm going to shift one pieces to a new location, which is my showroom. I'm going to transfer one piece to actually display there in my showroom. So what I can do, I can just post. Okay. By simply doing so, you can see that now my showroom quantity is being updated with one piece, which is actually in a display. I'm going, which is sent over to the showroom from the main location. So that's for the item transfer. Okay, next, I can actually do a physical inventory count of my stocks. Okay, so in this physical inventory journal, I can actually calculate my inventory. That means with certain options that, for example, items not on inventory or include items without transaction, or you can actually filter by location. For this scenario, I'm going to actually trigger it by using the main location. Okay, let's do a calculate of the inventory. And you can see that in the main location, I have 37 Athens desks, business chair, I have got 16. So take for example, I'm actually doing a stock check, and I realized that the ATEN desk, I actually in fact have physical quantity. After doing my stock check, I find that it's actually 36 pieces only. You can see that when I change the 36, it will turn into a negative. It will become a negative adjustment of 1 pieces. And for this, I realized that it's 17. I can actually increase my quantity, and I will just proceed with posting to update my inventory. Okay, so that's how a physical inventory journal can be done in the system. Okay, so physical inventory can be printed out and distributed to relevant personnel for physical counting. So, and there will be also an option for you to actually select whether you want to print quantity or not. So that's some of the features available for the inventory. So now in finance management, we will be covering account receivable in using the cash receipt journal, and how we can actually use payment journal for account payable in BC. And I will show you general journal, bank reconciliation, and finally on reporting. So since we are actually doing finance, okay, I will switch my role to an accountant. Okay. Okay, so let's start off with doing a cash receipt journal. That means my customer is paying me. So what I need to do is that I can select my customer, for example, the new concept furniture that they are going to pay me. So initially, I actually created the post the invoice of this, and post my shipment for this. So I'm going to apply the entries, okay, which I've created earlier, which is under this sales order 1023 or 4,000. I'm going to select this, okay, and I apply entries, select OK. Okay, so with this, and I select which bank that I want to actually bank this amount into. So I can just proceed with a posting to post my journal, and that's it. Okay, now I'm going to make my payment, okay, to my vendor. So with that, I can actually create a payment, go to the payment journal. Okay, in this payment journal, there's some features here available, which I can actually suggest vendor payment. So system will actually suggest the vendor payment that is actually due, and we can decide from there which item that which invoice that we want to pay to the vendor first. So this is one of the features available in the system. Okay, so for now, I will be creating a new for example, the progressive home. I'm going to select this vendor and make payment to the purchase order that I made earlier. So I can go to select my vendor, and then to add entries. Okay, so I'm going to apply to this order. Okay. Okay, and from here I can proceed and do posting. Okay, so done. Okay, now let me proceed. Okay, so I've perform the payment to my vendor. There is also some reportings that is available where you can actually view customer aging report, summary aging. Summary aging report. Okay. It can be in PDF form. Okay. Or we can actually view another report, which is also your vendor aging report. Okay. Okay. There's also other reports such as customer detail trial balance that we can actually view from the system. Okay. Here are some of the reporting. Okay. So now I will proceed with recurring journal. So in system, we are able to create a recurring journal. Let's take a look. Okay, so for example, I'm actually doing advertising on my furniture. So I'm actually doing advertising, but it's charged on a daily basis. So I can have different recurring methods, such as FX, V variable, V balance, and things like that, and many more. So I can set my recurring frequency. For now, I'm setting as 1 day. So when I actually post, because I'm paying daily, and daily is actually a $10 amount. So what I can do is that I can just come to this journal and just post it. And you can see that the date will be the next following days. Okay, it's because the day of frequency is actually set to 1 day. I can set to 1 month, I can set yearly, depending on the requirement. Okay. Okay, and now I can actually go to general journal. Okay, in general journal, I can actually create my own standard template. So for example, I can get standard journal where I can have my payroll. Take for example, payroll. I'll be able to see what are the GL account that is actually set in advance, and I can actually enter the value and just post as it is. Okay, so I can actually have multiple different badges. Okay. Okay. For now, I'm going to get a standard journal, which is delivery. Okay, because I'm actually doing delivery, so it will be on a monthly basis that I may want to post my delivery expenses. So to delivery my furniture to my customers and things like that. So I just have to enter my amount. Okay, for example. Okay. And from here, I can just post my general journal. Okay. Okay, now we have come to bank reconciliation. I can actually create a different bank for my bank reconciliation process. So now I'm actually taking this WWB operating bank. When I click on bank reconciliation, you can see that this is actually the whole list of bank account ledger entries that is related to this particular bank. Okay, I can enter my statement. Imagine I already received my statement from the bank. I can enter my statement ending balance here. This is just an example. And I can actually import my bank statement as well. So what I can do is that I can do an import of my bank statement. Okay. Once I imported, you can see that my bank statements comes in to this, my bank statement lines, and I can do a matching and match automatically. So once I can put in the transaction date, tolerance date if you want to. For now, I will not be putting anything. So I just select OK. You can see that 5 reconciliation lines are matched to your account, to the system of bank ledger entries. So that this is the reconciliation process for importing your bank statement. Okay. Okay, now let us go to the last session of the demo on reporting. So in reporting, we can have different reporting such as like account schedules. We can create different reporting like my cash flow or my balance sheet and my income statement. So let's take a look at the income statement. Okay, where I can actually view my income statement here. Okay, and what is my net income? Okay, and I can also even view my balance sheet. Okay, where I have my assets and my liabilities. Okay, I can also open it in Excel to view it. Okay. Okay, so that's how the balance sheet looks like when exported to Excel. Okay. Okay. Now let us take a look at a report using analysis by dimension. So we can create a different dimension to actually track the reports that we actually want to create. So let's take, for example, purchase analysis view. Okay. Okay, I can actually okay, I can edit the view. I can actually select which rows and columns in that I want to display. For example, I want to see a purchaser, for example, and across the area. So I can click on show metrics. I'll be able to view individual purchases, what purchases they have made. For example, Richard Lam in Australia, they have made a total of this amount for and US and even France. So by a different location, different area or different country, I would say. Okay, and we can also view by item. Okay, over area. Then I'll be able to see what is the item that I actually purchased. You can see my furniture I purchased from Paris. I can purchase from USA, things like that. So what is the amount that I spent across each individual countries? Okay. Now let's take a look at the sales analysis view. Okay, in sales analysis view, maybe we will take a look at the customer. We can actually edit and analyze the view of this customer that we want to track. For example, I can change it to item and across by salesperson, the column by salesperson. So I can just show the metrics. And you can see that JR is actually selling all these item there. What is the sales that this person actually make for all the individual items? Okay. We can also have it in customer group. For example, I group my customer into sizes. So I can actually, based on large business, what is the total sales, what's the medium business. These are all for analysis. And who is actually making the sales is JR and PS. So this can be actually act as an analysis tool for your businesses to further improve based on the to make analysis. Okay, I can have my inventory analysis report as well. Okay, where I can actually view my item. Total and inventory turn, where I can show my metrics, and I'll be able to see my average inventory and total cost of goods and turnover. And you can see my furniture total is how much. Okay, so with this, I've come to an end of my Business Central demonstration today. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thanks, Derek, for that demo. So at TP, we have a philosophy, right, that we won't sell you something that you don't need. And that being said, we recognize that every company has different needs. So to ensure the right product fit, we have 3 different packages for the Live-in-5 system that you actually saw earlier, using the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So the first one that we have is the trade package, and it is up in 3 weeks. So very, very short time, in less than 1 month, you'll actually get the system up. So this is more for companies who already have the finance module and they want to extend the coverage of their system capabilities with the trade module. The trade module will cover things such as the sales order management, purchase order management, and inventory management. And it will come with 4 days of help desk support. And the second package that we have is finance. So finance is a really good basic building block if you think of the system that way. It goes up in 6 weeks, and it's great for organizations who have experienced users on your project team, perhaps from prior experience in implementing other finance ERP systems. And this module primarily covers functions such as the AR, AP, your accounts receivables, accounts payables, your general ledger, banking, cash book, and your basic bookkeeping, right? And it comes with 8 man days of help desk support. And the comprehensive package that we have is the finance and trade package, which is up in 8 weeks. So it includes everything from the finance and trade modules. So assuming you do not have any inventory management module at the moment, or you do not have a good, robust accounting system, then this package would be a perfect fit for you. And the finance and trade package actually comes with 12 man days of support. So the support-wise is more of after the system has been implemented, and if you require any help from there on, you'll feel free to call into our help desk, and we'll help you get sorted. So if you're still on the fence after seeing the demo and the presentation earlier, and we know that there are many solutions in the market and it might seem really overwhelming. So, after all, deciding on which ERP system to get is a huge decision that involves the future of your business. And we understand perfectly, and, you should not take the decision lightly, which is why we're here to help. So for a limited time only, we're actually offering a 1-hour complimentary ERP strategy assessment. And all assessments will be conducted by our experienced consultants via an interview with you and your team. And upon completion, we'll give you a personalized assessment report. So what does this assessment do? Well, the agenda for this assessment is designed to point you in the right direction on your ERP journey. Our consultants will sit with you through a gap analysis, identifying your business processes, your goals, and areas for improvement. Then the findings will be translated into an actionable detail that you can immediately set in motion. So we'll give you also the steps and things like that based on your business processes, and where we can value add to, or basically give you some advice on how to improve. Included in the assessment report that we will send to you after the 1-hour session, or once the consultant has completed his findings, is the most suitable ERP platform based on your needs and goals. And if you have any specific industry vertical, so we'll help you to identify which edition would be best suited to your needs. But more importantly, the report will give you a concrete roadmap and show you the application functionalities that will enable your business to achieve your goals. And also, it will give you a developed strategic plan for your ERP implementation. And all this absolutely with no strings attached. It's just our way of giving back and sharing our passion for ERP to the community. So that's it. We've come to the end of our presentation. So thank you so much for your time. And we will let all of you have the link for this recording once it's been uploaded. Thank you.